Hello, this is Dr. John, and this video is for my CISS 202 student. And in this video, we are going to create a ERD, and I want you to read this question first, and then I will show you an ERD. So pause the video and read the question. So I assume you read the question, so you know this company. And now let's see. First thing you need to do is to think of entities. So what entities do we need for this company? And I have come up with 4. And you may notice that there is no customer, because the question says we don't collect data about customers. So no such entity. And you see, let me start with supplier entity. So a supplier has these attributes. So can you come up with these attributes? And then the first thing I usually like you to do is to think relationship between two entities. For example, supplier provide product. So do it this way. This is bidirectional, which means you should be able to read both ways. Let's pick one supplier. How many products does it have? One supplier may have multiple product or no product at all. For example, just have a supplier name and we don't know if they will ship any product or sell anything for us. So then you have an optional. So that's the one way from left to right. One supplier have no or many product. And you should also be able to go the other way. One product are provided or supplied by exactly one supplier. There are 2 lines. One means minimum, one means maximum. So minimum 1, maximum 1, and the result is exactly 1. So that's the relationship between product and the supplier. Let's see the relationship between product and order item. So one product has no, if nobody buy it, have no or many product order items. So if it appears in many orders. So, and every order item must have, this should be double line, and must have exactly one product. One order item cannot come from the multiple product. And make sure you know order item is not order. So customer order, it's here. So that's a customer order and order item. You see, one customer order can have many items. For example, you buy item 1, item 2, and both items in one order. So one order has multiple items, and at least one. If your order has nothing in there, that's not called order. And then one order item must belong to one customer order. So exactly 1. And this is a little bit difficult to think. Many of you may think the relationship between product and order. If you have relationship between product and order, then you have a many-to-many relationship. That is, an order may have multiple product, of course, and one product may appear in multiple orders. So, but our physical layer ERD don't allow that. Actually, this is created with Microsoft Visio, which don't allow many-to-many. And this is kind of bridge entity, so think of that way. And that's the ERD. And next thing you need to do is, so assuming you already have these attributes, attributes are perhaps the easiest, is to think of the primary key. And you may need to make up primary key like the order ID and make up if necessary. So you have to pick an attribute that is unique, will not duplicate for that table. And after that, you need to decide the foreign key, and that is perhaps the most difficult one. So let's see, we don't have any foreign key for our supplier, and how do we decide where to add foreign key? And you use the relationship. For example, this is a one-to-many relationship, and always add the foreign key on the many side, not on the one side. So this is many side, so we add a foreign key. And the foreign key, you must have a field. You must add a field and call it foreign key of the primary key of the one side. So let me say this again. When you have a one-to-many relationship like this, you add a new attribute in the many side, on the many side, and make it foreign key. And that attribute must be the primary key on the one side, so which is supplier ID and supplier ID. So that's one done. And maybe you like to practice between product and order item. So this is one-to-many, and on the many side, this is many side, you add a product, where it's product, so it should be this one, or product ID as a foreign key, which is a primary key here. And on the other side, here we have a one-to-many relationship. So you should also add a customer or order ID as a foreign key on this side. And so next is we have a primary key, so we need to make as a bridge usually, not always, and we pick the primary key by the two primary key from these two tables. The bridge one is here. So that is, or you can, if you decide you add a order item ID, for example, as a primary key, that is completely fine with me. And sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's required you have to have that, and but this time it looks like both are working, because we have different customers that can have, or same customer can have different customer order, and then in that case this one works. But sometimes if you put the customer here, they will not work. So in short, order item can have a composite primary key like this, or you can add a surrogate primary key. It's your decision. This is an art, not necessarily a science. So it's your decision as long as you have a primary key. And so that's the ERD we want. And in the next video, we are going to create the table in a database based on this one. So you must watch this one before you watch the next video. And thank you for watching.